Good morning, everyone. I hope that you've had a good day and a good sleep and you're ready to get up and take on this new day. I'm sure that your parents have got the message from yesterday, and let's have a meeting about that and we'll chat about it more tomorrow. For today, I want to continue with our lesson on angles, and today we're going to be looking at the calculation of unknown angles. They are known as complementary and supplementary angles. So I'm just going to start off by writing down our heading. Don't forget the date, please. Today's date is the 28th of May 2020, and use a ruler. The heading is calculating unknown angles. Right. What we need to understand when calculating angles is that when you remember from yesterday's lesson that you've got certain types of angles that are always a given number of degrees. For example, a square angle is always 90 degrees, a straight angle is always 180 degrees. It becomes a simple matter of subtraction to find unknown angles. And we do this by using two things called supplementary and complementary angles. So the first one we're going to look at is called a complementary angle. And what a complementary angle simply is, I'll draw it here for you. It is a 90-degree angle. Oops. That has, so this was 90 degrees, and then it has simply been divided in two. That's it. And so you've got this angle, and you've also got this angle, and both of them together, we'll call this x degrees and y degrees, and we'll say x degrees plus y degrees equals 90 degrees. That's it. That is a complementary angle, where you have got a 90-degree angle that has been divided into two other angles. A complementary angle is always 90 degrees. Okay, and now, so what will happen with our complementary angle here that you would have to calculate the unknown value of? It would simply be something like this, where you have your angle. It's quite weird drawing on a tablet, I must say. It is marked as 90 degrees, and then you have your your complementary angle over here, and that is being divided like that. And you are told that this angle here, that is 27 degrees. Now we don't have to go and measure this with a protractor. It's not a question of measuring and understanding the amount of degrees, because this could be a sketch. Very often you'll find in the exam, if this is such a question, they will have something like this written underneath it, which says not to scale. And what that means is that you must not measure from it. Do not measure. And the reason being would be simply because we have not actually used a protractor to draw that angle. I'm not 100% sure that that is 90 degrees if I had to measure it, and I'm definitely not sure that that is 27 degrees if I measure it. But for the sake of the sum, if you take our complementary angle here, knowing that that is 90 degrees and I'm telling you that that is 27 degrees, I'm pretty sure that you guys can already figure out exactly how this is going to work. Given our formula up here, x plus y, x degrees plus y degrees will always equal 90. So then our unknown angle is what you're being asked to calculate. And the unknown angle here, in this case, let's call it y. And you need to calculate how much that is. So if we had to give this angle letter names, we can call this A, B, C, and this line will be D. So what we can tell from this sketch is angle X, or angle A, B, D, is equal to 27 degrees, and angle D, B, C is the one that we need to calculate. And we know that our formula here, x plus y equals 90. The other way around that we could rewrite this would be 90 degrees is equal to x degrees minus y degrees. And it's easier to do it this way around. It's easier to do it this way around because we are given the 90 degrees. It's this simple. In this sum over here, all you would need to do, knowing that our complementary angle adds up to 90 degrees, that's going to be 90 degrees. It's equal to, sorry, no, my mistake. We want to calculate the unknown, which is y degrees is going to be equal to 90 degrees minus x degrees. And in maths, in algebra, you'll find that, in case you're wondering where the x and y's are coming from, when you're calculating an equation or you're given something that you don't know, you just give it a letter name. And that letter name will just help you speak about it and help people keep track of what you're talking about. So here, if I want to know what y is, I just need to understand that y is going to be 90 degrees, which is the total angle here, minus what I know is given, which is 27 degrees, and the remainder has got to be 9, what y is. So, if you understand your maths, let's do that quickly on the side. 90 minus 27, that should be 63. Let's substitute into our formula. We always substitute into our formula. Y minus 27 degrees, and y is going to equal 63 degrees. Okay, so this is a very scruffy demonstration of exactly how this lesson will work. The second example, so this is a complementary angle, okay? The second example that we're going to be looking at, I just want to add a page, is going to be what are called supplementary angles. And a supplementary angle related to a complementary angle in the concept of how you would calculate it. The only difference is a supplementary angle is simply calculated along a straight line, and our straight line has got our intersection or our rotation point there, and we'll call this And around this rotation point we've got this angle opening. Let's just get our color out. We've got our color line there, that is our angle that is opening. Let's say that this will be 45 degrees, and the rest of this we do not know. But what we do know is that a supplementary angle is always equal to 180 degrees. And because of that, again, just like the complementary angle, it becomes a simple subtraction sum to figure out. You can see just by looking that if this is the ray that's opening all the way around to here to make 180 degrees, and you're told that from there to there is 45 degrees, there's a difference if we continue on to the full open ray over there. And all we're going to do is, let's give this a letter name. We'll call this angle A, and this is angle B. Angle A plus angle B, so angle A plus by angle B is going to be equal to ABC, angle ABC, or 180 degrees. Let us look at setting up a formula for this. So we want to calculate the unknown, which is B. We know that our line is a straight line, it's 180 degrees, and we know that part of that angle is 45 degrees. And so with the simple subtraction sum, we find that the remaining angle is 135 degrees. All supplementary angles will work like this. You will always be subtracting from 180 degrees with the supplementary angle, and you will be given one of the angles, and then from there it's a subtraction sum on how to calculate the rest. We'll go into some examples now of complementary and supplementary angles on the worksheets that you'll be working on, and I will post these notes into your notebooks for you to refer to later on. So I just want to give you a couple of examples of the worksheet you'll be working on, and this is calculating all complementary angles. You will apply the skills that you've learned yesterday, the day before, as well as this morning. You're not going to have to measure anything. You're not going to need your protractor today. Today is going to be simple calculations, and this is complementary angles. And we're going to just follow the example that we were working with yesterday. Our first question here, I'm going to draw it for you, and I'd appreciate it if you did the same. I don't want answers only. Let's get that clear in this worksheet. I do not want to see answers only. You need to do the calculations. I need to see the calculations, and so please make sure that you are doing them also. Right, so we have got, you can work on a piece of paper and take a photo, paste it into Word. You can work in OneNote, you can work in Word directly. It's up to you, but I need to see your calculations. We are given that this is a complementary angle that is 90 degrees, and we are told for number 1 that this angle is 62 degrees, and our job is to now calculate, I'm just going to make this a bit bigger, the unknown. What is this angle? Let's give this angle the letter name of X also. What is angle X? And it is as simple as understanding that this is a 90 degree angle, it is a complementary angle, and it is made up of angle 62 degrees. Let's call that Y just for argument's sake. Y plus X is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so if we want to find out what X is, we're going to have to just subtract that difference. Our value of X is going to be equal to 90 degrees. We know it's 90 degrees, we can see it's labeled there, minus 62 degrees, and that will be 28 degrees. That's it. It is a simple subtraction sum, and you've calculated an unknown angle. I'll do a couple of more examples, and hopefully you'll be able to understand how this will work and get on with it on your own. And then I'll also show you a few examples of supplementary angles. So let me just undo all of this. Magic. Right, and let us look at number 5. Number 5. Excuse me while I just vandalize my numbers here. Obviously you know that I can't just flip a page. So here we are given 37 degrees, and we are asked to calculate the value of this unknown. We are already understanding how this works, I believe. And here, excuse me, here we have our given angle of 37 degrees. Here we have our unknown degrees. Let's call this angle A, and let's call this angle B. And we know that from the first part of this lesson, angle A plus angle B equals 90 degrees. So we know that in order to calculate angle A, we will just have to subtract 37 degrees from 90 degrees. And that should equal 57 degrees. Sorry, 53 degrees. That's it. I won't post the answers yet. I'll post them maybe later on this evening, and then I'd like you guys to go ahead and self-mark. Now here we're going to be looking at examples of supplementary angles. And the calculation of them, as you would have learned in the lesson earlier on, is not much different. It's a simple subtraction sum again. Let's look at, again, example number 1. You have got your angle, which is a straight line angle. It's 180 degrees. And it has been divided what a mission. It has been divided into this angle here, which we know is 115 degrees, and we are asked to calculate this unknown. I'm just going to close my browser because it is really causing a lot of lag. So now what we want to do here is, we know that this is a supplementary angle, it's a straight line. We know that a straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. So all we're going to do is give this our letter name. Let's call this C, angle C, and this is angle D, which we know is 150 degrees. Angle C plus angle D, that's going to equal 180 degrees. So in order to find out the unknown, we do the reverse. In this case, it's going to be a subtraction sum. So angle C is going to simply be 180 degrees minus 115 degrees, and that will equal 65 degrees. So angle C here, 65 degrees. Let's look at another example. While I magically make all this disappear. Let us look at number 4. So I can doctor this here. Number 4, I'm just going to sketch this quickly. choose a different color. Right, we still know that this is a supplementary angle. It's a straight line. We know that that is 180 degrees. And we are told that over here, I'm told that we have got 42 degrees, and on this side here, we do not know what this angle is. And this is what we are needing to calculate. So let's call this angle E, and this here that we do know is, we'll call it angle F. So basically angle E plus angle F is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So what does this mean? Simply, we are now going to calculate our unknown, which is E, and we do that by taking what we do know, 180 degrees, and subtracting the angle that we're given, 42 degrees, and we shall end up 138 degrees. Don't forget to underline your answer. That's it, complementary and supplementary angles. Go ahead and do the worksheets, and I will send through the answer sheets at the end of the day. And please do self-mark, be honest, and we shall pick this up again tomorrow.